What's up, YouTube? Want to know how you can save some money on your Red Sea ReefMat fleece? Stick around and let's talk about it. In today's video, I wanted to talk about how we can save some money on our Red Sea ReefMat fleece. This is going to be applicable to the users who are using either the ReefMat 500 or the ReefMat 1200. Now, the cost of this fleece can be pretty expensive. A replacement roll for the ReefMat 500 is going to run you about $20 a month, and a roll for the 1200 is going to run you probably around $32 a month. I say about $32 to $20 a month because typically with most of us reefers, we'll probably be changing that fleece out usually about once a month. And if you're anything like me, you have probably already built up a collection of this fleece. Right here is a replacement roll for the 500. Here's a couple replacement rolls for the 1200. And then I've also got some replacement rolls for the 250 as well. The way we can go about saving some money on this is probably going to be more for the users of the ReefMat here in the USA. There is a third-party seller that sells these rolls, and we are able to get these at $10 a roll. We are also actually getting more on the roll as well versus the 115 feet that comes on the 1200 roll or the 92 feet that is coming on the 500 roll. The way we can go about doing this is the third-party seller sells it in rolls like this. The difference being is his rolls require a special insert to make it adaptable because of the inside tube here is bigger than what you would normally find with Red Sea. Now I wanted to take a second and show you the difference of the inner part of these tubes. So this is your standard Red Sea ReefMat fleece here. If I measure the inside diameter with my calipers on this, we are looking at 37 millimeters for an inside diameter. If we look at the third-party roll we can already tell is larger, and that comes out roughly to just a bit over 50 millimeters. Now, since that roll has a bigger diameter, that isn't going to fit on your take-up shaft that comes with the Red Sea ReefMat. So if we take a look at the third-party rolls, and I put that in there is a lot of play here on this shaft. The way we're going to be able to make this work is with a couple of 3D printed parts. So the way these 3D printed parts work is this would be the typical piece that you would use for installing this on your take-up shaft. So we're going to use this piece on our 3D printed pieces. And the way I designed this to work is if we take that, we can actually, that is a press fit inside here. Then we can take this piece, we can insert that into here. And this is just a 1200 roll, for example. But for the 1200, you would have one here, and then you would do the same thing on the other side. So since this is a press fit into here, we'll take that end off. We will install this here. We will then slide all of this in together like this. All you would have to do is just screw that back down as normal. You can see there's no play in there at all now. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what the replacement roll looks like on the roller mat itself. I have been using this roll now successfully for a few weeks with no problems at all. This is a look at my ReefMat 1200. It's a little hard to see, but if we look down in the corner here, you'll be able to see the adapter itself in there. I went ahead and took off one of those ends. Here's a closer look at the actual adapter itself. Then we can also see it on that end as well. So with the adapters installed, it really doesn't do anything or change the operation or the functionality of how your roller mat functions. We've taken a look at how it works. We've taken a look at how to put it together and assemble it. Everything that I've shown up until this point is how it would work for if you were using the ReefMat 1200. For the ReefMat 500, it would use the same concept. This piece here is actually for the 500. For the 1200, you would have two ends that look like this. For the 1200, you would use two adapters like this. You can press fit one of these onto each side, and then they would fit on the rolls like that. But if you were using the 500 only includes an end with one of these. So the way this would work for the 500 is you would still use this on one side. You would just install here, but then I made an adapter for the other side, so that way this just fits over the shaft like this. There's just enough room so that way it can move around and fit on here, and then still fit inside your roll just like that. So some more information on how these rolls work. These rolls are sold by a third party. I will be leaving the third party's information in the description of this video below. The rolls you would purchase from him would require a minimum of 2 rolls to be ordered. All you have to do is shoot him an email, he'll quote you, and then he'll send you a link via PayPal, so that way you could pay him directly. And for me, they shipped out within 24 hours. Now for the third party Fleece, he is able to make them in a few different micron sizes. Red Sea advertises their fleece to be 200 micron. After speaking with the third-party seller of these fleece rolls, he said based on the weight of what Red Sea advertises this being for 20 micron, and then from what he knows about his material, it didn't really make much sense to him, because he said the weight of the Red Sea material is more similar to the weight of what the 20 micron fleece would be. So if you look at other sellers, like Claire C, for example, they sell theirs in 50 micron rolls. So he had mentioned that he expected it was probably a typo when they put together Red Seas. Instead of it being 200 micron, he thinks it was probably meant to be more advertised as 20 micron, and they added a second 0 in the description by accident. The rolls from the third party are 47 to 53 yards in length. Roughly it's 50 yards or 150 feet. One thing that I'm still working on testing out is how this is going to work with the Red Sea notifications to alert you for when it's time to change the fleece itself. Since these rolls come with more material, there are going to be issues with the notifications when Red Sea lets you know that it's time for you to replace the roll. If you're using it for like the 1200, for example, where it's 115 feet, you'll actually have 35 more feet on the fleece. I know Red Sea has the option of the roll replacement, and we can select use a partial roll, and we can put in how much feet we want that partial roll to be, but I haven't tried that yet, so that's still something I'm testing on my side. I will share those findings, and I will keep it linked in a comment in this video, and it'll be the comment linked to this video, so it'll be the first thing you could see as I got more information available on that. I'm going to make the adapters free to print. I will include the files for the adapters on my Discord server. The link to join my Discord server will be in the video description down below, and the adapters will be available in the 3D printing channel. The reason I'm uploading these to my Discord server is because there is a really big problem out there in the world right now of people sharing things like this to Thingiverse or other sites to where you can download it. Instead of using that and sharing that to help other people out, they actually download these parts and they'll take it out to eBay and Etsy and claim it as their work and sell it for a profit, which is not something I really think is right. That is not very ethical at all. So again, these files will be available on my Discord server to print for free. All you have to do is join, and it will be in the 3D printing channel on my Discord server. And if you don't have a 3D printer and you would just rather purchase them, I do have stores on both eBay and Etsy as well, and I'll share those links as well in this video description too, so that way if you don't have a 3D printer but you want to take advantage of this, you can. The links to buy those directly from me will be in the video description too. I hope this video helps you out. I hope this shows you another way to help you save some money in an inexpensive hobby like this. If you ever have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. I'm always available on Discord. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And until the next one, guys, I'm out. Peace.